last we left off, you guys spent a decent majority of your evening having dinner or sleeping and getting to take in the environment around you, as well as just the culture and the people, and getting to meet Fezzik's parents. Um, you also got to meet the leader of the Giants, who seems to be ill or on his way out. Uh, Definitely not doing good. And that is part of the festivities that is going on this evening. They are kind of fighting to see who gets to be on top. Um,
Oh yeah,
you
tripping
guys,
balls.
yeah, you guys are tripping balls. You guys smoked
yeah.
this herb that the giants cultivate here, and you're not sure what it is. You've never seen it before, but man, it's interesting. It's allowing you to see music and feels very euphoric. Uh, Gravy has been cultivating food and shoveling it down as fast and frequently as she can. Uh, and Fezzik, I did want to say before you guys came into the Coliseum, you noticed that your mother never went into the Coliseum with you guys. Like she kind of waited out, outside and let you go in and
like
get your
another
seats and
entrance.
stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But you guys are sitting in the stands now, and I think last time we I had you guys.
How close is the arena to like where we're sitting? Like, would you say it's within like 30 feet of us?
We're in the
Like,
splash
or anything
zone.
like that? Not really necessarily. Yes.
Where do you guys?
Splash zone.
I guess I'll leave that up to you guys. Where do you wanna be seated?
I want to be as close as possible to the ring.
As close as possible to the ring.
Yeah. If
Okay.
I could be in the ring myself, I would, but I'm not because I know I'll be killed by these monsters.
Whoa,
You should
whoa,
try.
monsters! Whoa, what is that about?
Everybody around like turns
POS.
and looks at you.
No, I don't say it out loud. I'm
No, I
not. That
know.
is not out loud.
Uh,
Be as terrified of these people. Everybody here's like 20 feet tall. What do you mean?
yeah.
Not everyone, but
Dude,
yeah, there
Mima
are people.
Gravy's
Most.
the smallest one, and she gives no fucks. She just has food.
Yeah.
She has
Yeah,
the biggest
pretty good.
plate.
I'm
As
the
you
one
guys
who's
are
like,
sitting
these
there-
people are gonna step on me and I'm gonna die.
Right. As you guys are sitting there, you get this story from Fezzik's father about the glass dome that sits on top of this coliseum. It allows you
shit.
to peer through fake stars that you
Oh, I
seem to
remember
have
now.
been seeing your entire life up until this point. This thing allows you to see through magic, see through lies, allows you to see the truth.
A zone of truth? Ooh.
And as you look up, it is black sky and the moon. And clouds seem to be rolling in a little bit, but not too bad. It doesn't seem cold, strangely enough. There's enough warmth from the kind of fire pits that are around and just the body heat of all of the living creatures around that is making this whole area significantly warmer than it normally would be. It'd be like going to a rodeo in the winter. Tons and tons of people. You sit up there for maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes before Fezzik, your dad, kind of pipes up and says, "You worried about your mom?"
I'm not too much worried about her. Just want to make sure she's all right.
Good. That's what you want to hear.
I think she
Now,
can
there's no-
handle her own out there for sure.
I agree with you. She's been training for a while, pretty much ever since you left.
Hey, she was training with me before I left, so I get you. But I got all in her. All right, I got all my faith in her. Goodness.
Heck yeah.
Now there's like nothing like separating us from the ring, right? There's like the dome that goes above the Coliseum kind of thing. But like
Yeah, there's like a gate, like
okay.
it's
Well yeah.
it's
But
like the
like,
fences that you see around
nothing
like jousting
nothing that
pits.
like magically separates us from them,
No,
right?
no, no.
Okay, good. That's what I was wondering.
Okay.
Are we raised?
Gotta help out Mama Pheasant.
No, no, no. You're at ground
Blood
level,
curse
and then
coming in,
Oh.
baby.
the bleachers kind of go up into the higher rungs, and then from there, when you go into the walls, there are stairs that lead up to even higher kind of um, patio type.
Yeah.
Things.
Second level. It's like the boxes.
Yeah, yeah, except boxes.
Ah, we got
I'm
not a
box
sports
seats.
guy.
We
Not
got
us.
like
Now we're more
what is it?
ringside.
Oh yeah, I want to be ringside. But I mean, so they have like what is it? I forget what they're called. I know what you're talking about though, like the
Yeah.
like what you would see at like
Platforms.
yeah, at like very nice theaters and shit like that. They would have like those like the
Balconies.
seats up top.
Yeah.
Yeah, balcony seats and shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
the Lincoln seats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Muppets.
exactly. Go
How
ahead.
big of a fucking coliseum is this though compared to us? Like this has to be like
That's what I was also going to ask.
huge,
It's like a football
huge,
stadium.
right? Yeah, but like compared to our size?
Seats 20.
It's
Yeah, right?
about the size of a. I would say that the pit itself is like football field big.
But
Uh,
round.
Okay.
Right. Round all the way around.
Yeah, it's round.
Yeah.
It's like a track field.
I'm just wondering like the
The
walls of the
seats around
coliseum.
you are huge. Like
Yeah.
they tower above. Like when you were coming in, you assumed that this building just looked like a part of the mountainside.
Okay. Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
I'm just wondering like the size of like the walls and all that shit is like, oh, this place is fucking big. This big.
It's curious because you walk in and you're like, how did we not see this coming in? It just looks like the mountainside. It's like this whole area was kind of built into a big circle.
Almost like into like a valley, basically.
Right, yeah.
Got it.
But on the tops of the mountains.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well,
you
guys, we're
look
on
out-
Olympus.
Yeah, pretty much. You look out through the kind of portholes that are all along the kind of walls of the Colosseum,
Yep,
and
I
it's
jumped.
just sky. You don't see the ground. You just see the sky through the portholes and like other mountains that peak up just within reach of these.
I got a lot of time to
these
think on the way
windows.
down.
You got a lot of time to think on the way down. You guys are sitting there. That smells like body odor and kind of sand. Renaissance fair, kind of town fair type.
All I smell is Gravy's
smells.
fucking food, probably.
Tons of food that smells overpoweringly delicious.
I'm just looking at it like,
Uh,
where did you get nachos? Like, what?
Right. Chips haven't even been invented yet. Like, yeah. The first thing that you see are giants that come out and kind of rake the fields, making sure that they're level. They're kind of preparing for
Terraforming.
the event to come. The looks on their faces look as though they're like, why do we do this? It's totally futile. They're just gonna beat the ground senseless anyway.
Make it a fair fight.
Exactly. As you're standing there, you I'll say Fezzik, you look to your right, and in come the guards from the front gates. Those two kind of lumbering giant characters. They step forward, they're like, "Oi, when's your mum going up?"
Oh, probably the main event. You know, she's the best competitor in there.
Yeah, we'll see. One of them cracks his knuckles, and you can see on his fists he has this kind of like brown wrapping and then golden caps on each knuckle. And he's you can tell that this is one of the contenders in the fight. As they walk past, the one who's wearing the gauntlets looks back at you and kind of scoffs.
The other one is not competing, right?
Right.
I want to look at the one that's not competing, and hey, how about a little friendly wager? I think my
They
mom's
kinda
gonna win the tournament. Your boy over there don't look strong enough for it.
he kind of like they both stop in their tracks, and the one wearing the gauntlets is like, "Come on, man, don't give into his shit." And he says, "You know I can't do that." So he turns around and he says, "What's your wager, boy?"
I got 50 gold pieces on old Mama Evander. She's gonna win the tournament, especially if you and your boy fight. She's gonna kick his ass.
50 pieces it is, and he throws down 50 pieces. Uh, he says, "How should we make sure this is kept up on? Make sure nobody tampers with the evidence."
And,
Well, I can hold on to both of your y'all's gold, and I will give it to the winner upon.
Make a persuasion check.
I should have really.
Or
Or he's like, "You're biased. You're part of his group."
don't worry about him. How about this? Hand it to the guy at the concession stand. We'll hold on
a,
to it.
a random is more trustworthy than me.
From this guy's perspective, yes.
He's like, "Oh, he's not a random. He's here all the time." He takes the gold. He says, "What we got?" The one who's competing goes, "Oh, so I'm supposed to go down there by myself?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go take care of shit." And he kind of turns around and
Seems
Go
like
try to
you're
make
a
some
little
money.
yeah, exactly. He hobbles out to the concession stand and comes back with a wide shit-eating grin on his face. He's like, "You going down? And so is your mum. As much as I love the lady."
You ain't gonna be
Uh,
loving her whenever you're tasting her bottom foot, brother.
Maybe.
He says, yeah, we'll see. We'll
right, Trev.
see. And as
Look, maybe he's into that. Don't judge the man.
He could be a masochist. You don't know.
as he kind of as the sentence trails out, you hear the low, like these percussive kind of bounds in the ground and kind of underneath you that rise up through your feet, through your legs, and into your core that you can feel before you can hear. The longer you sit there, and it doesn't take long, maybe 60 seconds at the longest, the sound rises to be wholly audible. And as it rises, so do the voices and the rhythm of the giants around you. Fezzik, you would know this is the start of the ceremony. People kind of thumping their fists on the chairs in front of them.
Yeah, I kind of follow.
Shouting out and
Just start to do the same thing, like kind of getting riled up and ready.
it kind of equates to the first fight in A Knight's Tale with "We Will Rock You." It is very rousing. You can feel the energy in the air. This is something that not even Sarenholm could compete with on a scale level. The sound of this crowd is overpowering and hits your eardrums like a brick wall. So much so that the announcer comes over and is so perfectly mixed with the rest of the sound that you can barely hear him. As he speaks, you get this like, and out comes this very tall, very pompous looking gold-knuckled giant. From also the right side of the Colosseum, or the left side of the Colosseum, the doors come, and you get again that as the crowd like.
I can't understand a thing this guy's fucking saying, Fezzik.
You don't need to. Yeah, just start cheering.
No one knows what it means.
It's provocative.
The out of the left side steps a red-haired giant. His skin tone is a bit darker than the rest of them, the rest of the giants around. And his sword is this big, flat, kind of berserk style
Thank you.
cleaver of a weapon. He kind of drags it behind him, and as he drags his sword, the edge of his sword looks red hot from the friction, and is leaving kind of a trail of fire behind him. Make a history check for me,
Just
Everybody?
B.
everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody with
+2.
I'll
16.
say the DC. Okay, the DC is
15.
15.
15.
Would I by
Yeah.
chance get advantage?
Yes, because you're a giant.
Cool.
When I
Probably
tried
not
to
gonna.
pull
Oh, okay. Oh, I rolled 2 16s. So yeah,
Return.
that's what I get. Yeah.
Retiring these dice, by the way.
Heard. What was
me-
yours, Gravy?
I'm cool. I'm had to pull up my character sheet and crack open dice and not have them stab me everywhere.
Heard.
Ah, no, come back. Oh no. Okay. Well, they're all over the floor now. Anyway,
Did one of them rebel above a 16?
that's an 18.
Nice.
It's an 18.
Yes.
So all of you, makes sense, have heard stories of fire giants.
Oh fuck.
They are
Oh
rare.
god, I hate these things.
Oh.
They are rare, they are huge, and they are mean. They cause lava to come up out of the ground, and they are one of very few creatures that have control over the element of earth, without any power over music. It
Except
is
for a little
almost
too much Elden
part
Ring.
of their physical being to conduct part of life itself.
I'm surprised they don't have. It's fire, not it's earth and not fire. Being fire giants and all.
They come from underground. Their domains are usually deep, deep within the earth. And the fire that they gather from is more core heat than anything. It
Okay.
wouldn't be like your bristly, campfire type stuff. That's for
So-
your fire pixies
Gotcha.
and different kinds of thistles over the course of the world. The fire giants are pillars of
Gotcha.
sturdy heat. Can you hear me, Kenny? I think he ran away.
He
be
ran away.
back.
He got so scared.
Fire giants are
There
Gotta go
terrifying,
get literal
aren't they?
snacks for this fight.
Ooh. Dude, I'm making ramen right now.
I got some beer.
Diabetes be damned. I want my noodles.
So, as the gold-knuckled giant kind of steps forward, he puts his fists in the air, and they kind of like hoop and holler, and you hear his name being chanted. Have his name because you guys came into town. I can't remember what it is. Let me see.
Oh
it.
no!
Oh God.
Connor, you could have just made it up on the spot. We wouldn't have known. You're too honest.
I am too honest. It's because it's all recorded, and I
I
must.
swear to God, if it's like Ignir Suitor.
No, it's
Flamethrower.
not.
First name Flame,
I
last name
can't.
Tard, yeah.
Fucking remember. It's okay. It was like Groff or something guttural like that.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll go with.
Like it.
Golden
You hear
girl.
his name being chanted over the crowds, and he gets his kind of moment to shine as the light from the moon pierces down through the dome and perfectly drifts over to his spot on the floor. The fire giant raises his arms and subsequently his weapon in both hands and lets out this bellow of flame out of his mouth that kind of fills the air around him. And the giants that were sitting up where the doorway is that he came out of kind of like stammer backwards and kind of guard their faces from the flames.
He needs some. I say that in character, by the way.
He steps out and kind of points his weapon with one hand, this gargantuan slab of steel that looks just barely molten. Points it out in front of him and says it in this tone that sounds like an earthquake or falling rocks off the side of a mountain. It's not even language to your ears, it's so deep. You can see that it does kind of piss off the other guy because he's snorty and kind of kicks the dust up underneath him and rushes forward with a single fist. In the first encounter, I am rolling for these. I'm going to have Fezzik be the first person to be rolling for the gold-knuckled giant. Just a natural, just a D20.
Gotcha.
If you want to switch, you can.
The guy you bet against.
I was gonna
Yeah, I
say,
was
can
gonna
someone
say,
else?
yeah.
Can someone else do him? I don't want to roll
No,
for the
fuck you. I
guy.
want to fight you as the fire giant. He's cooler.
Yeah. I'll say you go for the fire giant, and I'll go for the gold knuckle
Okay,
guy because
okay,
you
okay,
did
that
bet
makes
against him.
Yeah. Ooh, 4 for the first one.
I also got a 4.
Nice.
So they rush forward. The gold knuckle giant throws his fist right towards his face, and he brings his sword down. And you can see his fist, when it impacts, kind of shakes off a bunch of iron fleck that sprays all around him in this huge cloud of impact. It looks like throwing molten, like brass or whatever into the air and having it spark and crackle all over the place. The next roll will be Kenny.
He wants to roll for the
Bring
other
it,
guy.
bitch.
Oh, okay.
Who am I rolling for?
Fire giant.
Yeah.
Okay. That's only a 7.
A 7.
Not a great roll.
Ooh, I got an 8. So we're all rolling low. The fire giant kind of lowers his weapon to make a face at the other guy to be like, "Yeah, see, I gotcha." And just as he does, the other fist comes over the sword and clocks him right in the forehead. It doesn't quite hurt him as much as it dazes him, and his sword kind of goes behind him, dragging through the ground, causing this like partition on the floor of fire that rolls up in front of him. Next up is guitar. Roll for me, buddy.
1.
1. I got a 4. What is up with these dice tonight?
Oh my God.
Doesn't matter. Still beats it. Oh wow.
As long as
That
I'm not
wall-
rolling them for myself, I'm okay.
True.
That kick or that secondary punch seemed to be just enough to daze him. Where when he put up that wall of fire, the lack of sight that he had through the flames didn't help him at all. It was kind of a missed call. He notices this at kind of a last second where the foot flies through, colliding perfectly with the center of his chest. His arms go out in front of him, and he kind of drops his sword for a moment. The gold fist giant lands back on the ground, flat on his feet, and has the other fire giant stammering back, kind of in that anime like trail backwards. Next up is Gravy.
Okay, so rolling a flat d20, you said?
Yeah, flat d20.
12.
12.
That's a high roll.
1.
Ooh.
Uh,
Oh no.
he's stammered back, and he gets his bearings together, and the gold knuckle giant is getting kind of cocky with his position. He's standing up straight.
No,
He's not putting his
swinging over
hands in
him.
front of him. He kind of like pushes his chin up at him, and the fire giant leans over and grabs his stomach or his chest like he's just in so much pain. When the gold knuckle giant walks up to him, the fire giant just falcon punches him in the chin, like
Oh,
fire
shit.
around his fist and everything. You can swear that you see teeth spray out from his face.
Ah.
Shattered teeth.
All right, Fezzik.
5.
5.
Yeah. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
1.
Lovely.
But 2 1s in a row?
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
impressive.
The Gold Knuckle Giant doesn't have time to reevaluate his situation before the Fire Giant has relocated his sword and used the flat of it to plant him in the ground at least 4 or 5 feet by the ankles, kind of driving him into the ground like a nail. You can see his eyes roll into the back of his head. I'm gonna have Kenny do one more roll. If he can bring it out, save it for him, then it'll continue. If he can't,
I rolled above a 10. It's a 12.
12.
Still the highest roll that's been rolled so far.
Yep, literally.
I also rolled a 12.
Reroll, bitch!
Ooh.
Okay.
Haha.
What you got?
15.
8.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a teen after that 8. It
Yeah.
didn't come.
I was worried.
As his sword comes down again, you can see that he changes the angle of it.
Oh!
The sharp of his blade is coming down right on the top of his head, and every single giant in the arena goes, like leans forward and goes dead silent. But right before his sword connects with his skull, you hear the, and all the fire goes out, except for the fire giant's flames.
Damn
And
it.
so there's just this tiny bit of glowing embers on the battlefield. As the firelights come back on, you can see that they are trying to pull
Damn it.
the gold knuckle giant out of the hole. His boots come off as he's pulled out of the hole, and they kind of remain in there.
He's dead.
And
Nobody
before-
gonna grab those for him? Nobody's
before they
kind. Nobody on the medical team is kind enough to go grab those for him.
one of the medical team kind of runs up to grab him, and before they can get there, the fire giant's already kicking sand over them.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
disrespect.
Oh, I was really hoping for a moment where I could stand up after that and just give it the little. All right.
Are you not entertained?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The crowd goes fucking crazy. You can tell that this sport isn't one for the killing. If he wanted to kill him, he would have, and it was obvious. That kind of thing. Firmly put in his place. As the gold knuckle giant is dragged off, you can see his kind of cohort in the couple rows behind you stand up and go, fuck! And like throw down his huge plate of food all over the giant in front of him. He's like, oh, come on!
Beast just standing behind Fezzik the whole time, just going like this, bitch.
Yeah, I wanna look at the like other giant that I made the bet with and just laugh at, like just make the laughing motion and shit like that.
You better go get the money.
You're laughing, and you look
I
up
look
as
over
you're
at that.
kinda
I'm like,
laughing.
Fezzik, we should probably go get that now.
Yeah, I'll go grab it before the next fight start heading towards the concession stand.
Cool. As you're leaving, he like flumps back down into his chair. He's like, all right, I'll get you fucking next time, I promise.
Yeah, you wish, pal.
You kind of
Double or
stroll on
nothing?
by.
B in his high state is just like going with Fezzik, just like, fuck you, buddy. I'll fight you in the ring. Bring it,
That's
bitch.
It's like a chihuahua, like.
Oh, yeah.
You go outside and it is quiet. It is cooler outside than it is inside for sure. The concession stand is open with a small light kind of flickering out of the port. You kind of walk up and he's sitting in there. You can see he's kind of nodding off with the tiniest little book in his hands. And he's just like, oh, over there. Are you wanting some food? Oh, no, you're wanting the bet money.
Oh
So did you
yeah.
win or did you lose?
Of course I won. Mama Evander's never gonna let us down. You know that.
She'll
She
be
hasn't
proud
even
of you.
fought yet. Bro just got knocked
Absolutely.
out in the first round.
They have all this big talk, but they're, little small guys, if you ask me.
He's like, yeah, some of them are. He says, she will do well. And the big hand kind of comes out and pats you on the head. As he kind of reaches his hand back, gives you what is to him this tiny little pouch of money. Yeah. He says, come by again soon.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. May get one before Mama Evander's fighting, but you'll see me again.
Perfect. He says, I'm gonna read a nap. And
You do that.
He looks at his book, licks his finger, and turns the page, and just falls right back asleep. As you kind of walk back into the Colosseum, the clouds overhead are getting heavier. It seems like they're gathering more and more as the night goes on, to the point to where you can't see the stars, even though you're outside the Colosseum.
Right.
It's like a natural thing.
Make a perception check.
Motherfucker. I'll say this ain't no fucking natural bullshit.
Ooh,
Somebody's a
nice.
goddamn storm giant up in this bitch. What I get?
14.
I got a 4 plus
rolled
2, 6.
I rolled a 19.
That's
19?
good.
A storm is brewing, and a cold one.
Called it. I
as
already
you-
know. Fuck you.
As you take your steps in, snowflakes start to fall outside the kind of perimeter of the Colosseum. And the dome seems to hum with this tension in
I
the
swear
air.
to God, if this is Fezzik's mom, I'm gonna like shit my pants. Like, is your mom a cloud giant?
Are you sure you're gonna shit your pants?
I don't know. Why?
Oh, I don't know. I thought his mom was hot.
Oh, oh my God. No, he's my friend's mom. No.
That's what makes
Hey,
it hot.
man.
No, we already had this discussion earlier on Hades 2. You don't touch the. Nope. No.
No relatives, not allowed.
No relatives. Bro code.
Fezzik's mom has got it going on.
Remix
Yeah.
dropping soon.
It's got it going.
That's what the crowd is singing as she's fighting.
Yeah.
And she's out there just like, that's right. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
She's like, oh, don't you try it.
I'm gonna have a good time wiping the floor with your ass.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
You get to the seat, and that ozone seems to kind of go away as you enter the playfield. The fire giant is still out there. It's almost like you win, you continue.
Ooh.
He's about to get hard countered.
Pretty much. That drum beat comes in again, and as it starts, you hear this over the sky above you, the lens over the top of the Colosseum brightening the lightning through the clouds from this calm blue to this tight, explosive azure color. As the light kind of dims down, you look back into the Colosseum and you see a smaller giant with a long cape that kind of trails behind him. It's dark black, coated in fur. His hair is long and black, and it looks like his mouth has been sewn shut. He is wirier than the rest of the giants that you see around you, but he's still kind of just as tall. His forearms are larger, kind of Popeye style. And at his side, you see he carries this. It looks like. It looks like a sword that has been bowed away from itself, like cut down the middle and then kind of bowed away from itself, causing this ovoid loop down at his side.
Is it shaped kind of like a carrot peeler?
Yeah. It's shaped like a caterpillar, but it's twisted at the top.
Okay.
He kind of steps out, and his cape billows away from him and kind of flaps back down onto the ground, causing this dust to curl up around him. The fire giant throws his sword onto his shoulder, kind of preparing himself for the fight. And this fight does not need any rolls. Period. The fire giant takes one step forward. You see a flash of bright white light. And the storm giant has crossed the distance and put his sword to the throat of the fire giant and his heel to his stomach. The fire giant extends his arms with his sword out and drops his weapon. Takes a step back.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah, I'm joking. He reaches forward and uppercuts the storm giant right in the chin, trying to do the same thing as he did last time to the gold knuckled giant.
Goldilocks.
About to get fucking beheaded.
What do you want to roll for? Fire giant or storm giant?
Who?
We'll say
Fire.
Kintarb. Fire? Okay.
Don't make it shit.
16.
16?
Ooh.
17.
Ooh.
Oh,
Never mind. Your ass got beheaded.
Damn.
He takes a step back, and the storm giant kind of lets him go, running his hand through kind of a long, wispy goatee that he has. Kind of fencing the sword back. He cuts he kind of makes a slash at him. And the fire giant blocks part of the slash that comes out in this beam of white light that kind of bends around him for a moment as it passes through. He checks his body, and half of his shirt falls down, and he's got a long cut across his face and down part of his shirt, and it just slumps off to one side, just his clothing. It's not a deep enough cut to cut all the way through him.
Oh.
Next up is Gravy.
What are we rolling for?
The fire
Fire giant?
giant. Yeah,
Okay.
I got a 15.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess the fire giant's not gonna do so hot. That's a 3.
Okay. Yeah, the fire giant, startled by the absolute speed of this being that comes along with the stature, he comes off the ground without making a sound, almost like he's pushed by the wind across the battlefield to perfectly meet, catching, instead of damaging the fire giant, just fucking with him. Unlocking a part of his armor and throwing it across the ring. He is kind of dismantling his opponent as he's fighting him. That goes back to Fezzik.
Oh, I rolled a 14.
That was the most
14?
careless roll I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was gonna wait to see what he said and then just look at it after I rolled it. But yeah, 14.
I got a 5.
Coming back.
The fire giant, he realizes that he is just fucking with him, and he has this sword kind of wrapped around around the back of his neck, and he just releases an elbow into the side of the thunder giant or the storm giant, and it takes him off guard because he didn't expect any more pushback from him. He thought he just got to screw with him. So he gets the elbow in the side, and he kind of peels back, and the fire giant streaks across and lays one solid punch right across his face, kind of causing a spittle of crackling spit to hit the ground. You do see the fire giant pull out what looks to be a thick metal lute. He kind of wields it like a mace at first, and then pulls it under his arm and strums it, and as he does so, the sand burbles and turns liquid clear for a moment, and then goes red. and then orange, and shoots up in these points that pierce into these razor sharp needles that he nearly has to kind of dodge out of the way to get away from. Next is B.
Five.
5.
Yeah.
God, these are all our awful rolls too.
I'm glad I'm getting them out of the way now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I was hoping. We get all the bad rolls out of the
Do you
way
roll
first.
a 1, huh? You roll a 1 maybe?
I rolled a 7.
Okay, fine. Oh, fire giant's down.
Yeah, it is at this time where the fire giant, after getting a couple blows and getting a little more confidence into his system, the storm giant kind of teleports behind him and sends the butt of his sword into the back of his head, kind of the base of his skull. And you can see the fire giant just, and his hair goes out, like the fire in his hair just flickers out as he,
Like a little Charmander.
flattens into the ground. Again, just as he kind of got there, the storm giant flickers, and he's gone for a moment as they drag the fire giant off the stage. You guys have another second to do things like go back to concessions or interact with other people. Or
He's
ask
gonna run to the
questions
restroom
about
real
the
quick.
herd.
You guys need anything? And I start to, like, as I'm saying that, kind of look over at Gravy, as I'm assuming she's still munching down on her
Question:
food.
how much food do you think I have consumed at this point? Because I know I had like a whole side table given just to me for my food.
Yeah. I would say roll a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. See,
I also
great.
imagine, like, while you have all that food, because the seats are so big and you're so small, that I imagine, like, you're sitting in the middle and all your plates are just around where in the seat where, like, people would actually be sitting. You just, like, have your own little, like, table.
It's like a plate, a throne of plates.
Yeah.
It's like a reverse. What's the little spinning, like, you so easel? No.
Like a late. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're just like
How does a 23
spinning.
sound?
23.
Whew.
You have put a large majority of that food away pretty quickly.
Did you seriously roll to see how much you ate?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say that you are coming to the last of it.
Okay. Yeah, my con itself is a 17, so
And you're still feeling pretty good.
I made sure that my peoples would not go down if the healer doesn't go down. So I made a tanky healer.
Hell yeah.
I love the 17 con on a dead person too. It's great.
Yeah, right.
I know, right?
So
My body's durable.
I've never felt more alive.
B comes back to the bathroom, or comes back from the bathroom.
Whew, that was
Those
good.
toilets were huge.
Fucking huge. I almost fell in. Almost
Just
in.
like
It
stretch
almost
it
happened.
across to let it out.
Like, seriously,
Uh,
also, I just want to say, if you ever want to get humbled real quick, go into a giant bathroom and fucking look to your side. Jesus Christ.
Looks like you, right?
I was drinking spicy ramen soup. Ow, my nose.
I'm sorry.
Oh, is this what the fire giant feels like?
Probably. As you guys are sitting there, I would like those of you who are particularly good with magic to make a perception check for me.
Oh, fuck.
I would
I'm
assume
not
that's
really
not
good with
me.
magic yet, but I mean, like,
19.
I'm just gonna chill here.
19?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's not me. I just got one level in Bard, so.
I mean, I don't have any spells, but I have a +5 in Arcana.
Yeah, so you know magic. I mean, you've
Yeah.
like studied it.
Yeah, I have a +0.
Yeah, I think I have
What
like
about you,
+1.
Gravy?
That's a 22 for my perception.
Okay,
Nice.
so 22, and what was yours again?
19.
19. Gravy, you go to stretch, trying to make more room, and as you do so, you're looking up, and that storm is getting darker, and that lightning is not getting any darker. and it's changed color. The lightning outside is now a purple, like magenta color, and it doesn't make any noise.
Wait.
Wait,
Wait.
bad.
Is it the
Bad,
same
bad,
purple
bad.
color? Wait, is it the same purple color like the crystals we keep running into?
As you ask that question, you hear the drums of combat start back up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh,
And
I'm
out-
paying so much attention to this fight now.
as
Like,
as the contendants walk out, or rather the lightning giant kind of apparates into the playing field again, and you see
So
as he
cool.
gets there, he looks put off, confused for some reason, and then Fezzik, your mother, enters the battlefield, and people just go crazy.
Hold up my sign! I hold up
The
my
entire-
sign!
no.
yeah,
Mummy
the
Vander!
entire
Yeah!
amphitheater goes absolutely nuts.
Hold up my sign! I hold up my sign!
Find those animal bodies like just outside the.
Uh,
Someone was practicing some. Ooh, okay.
So
Mm.
as this fight starts, your mom makes eye contact with the storm giant, kind of cracks her knuckles, and you can see her kind of stomping her foot on the ground in a rhythmic pattern. You see the sand like kind of bouncing around
I
her
love
in
it.
these waves that come out. The storm giant kind of crackles forward a few feet and stops and looks confused again. And your mom also seems to be having a little bit of trouble with her magic. She usually doesn't need this much kick up to get her spells going.
No.
The storm giant, right? The Punisher. The storm giant throws one chaotic lightning bolt, or what would be, but the lightning bolt stops short and grounds out halfway. She sends out a kick that sends a massive shockwave into the ground, but with minimal stones, these pillars that kind of thump, 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 and then sink back into the ground. I would like you, Vezzik,
Guys!
to make a perception check.
Guys, I think we might be in trouble.
Ooh,
I am-
nice.
Too high for this right now.
21. I got a 19 plus
21?
2. 21.
You look up, and there is a bright magenta light gathering above the Colosseum in the clouds.
Would I have ever
That-
seen this before from any other competitions?
No.
Just making sure.
So, dude,
B,
Oh.
or excuse me, not B, Kintar, you have seen this before. I think you have too, B. When you stepped in to a silent patch of light and
Yeah.
got to see the oncoming storm, you have, I'll say, 10 seconds to do something with your character, like in-world seconds. So what are your characters doing in the next 10 seconds?
Oh, fuck. B probably immediately grabs Kintar
Well,
and, like, you
paused.
know, is probably just to, like, immediately shakes him to his attention. We both realize what's going on. The only thing I can immediately think of is to, like, shout warnings to people, maybe?
yeah.
To, like, the rest of the crowd. But the thing is, like, I don't know how much the crowd is really going to listen because we're in the middle of, like, a
I mean,
celebration. People are, like, listening to music.
Well,
like, there's, like,
that's
this
the
other
thing is-
shit going on.
Well, I have my staff that has a giant bell on it that can, like.
Yeah,
make
I mean, we,
noise
like,
too.
I just, if we can somehow draw everybody's attention to this shit,
Thaumaturgy. if
I
you
I
don't
look
want.
think
over
we're
at Fezzik
going-
and I'm like, Fezzik, you need to get everyone's attention towards this shit now.
It's,
What's going on?
We have 10
I point up
seconds.
at the
Don't we need
sky.
to just leave?
And I
Because
want
Fezzik
to.
was in there with us too, wasn't he?
Yeah, but
yeah.
I don't think I ever failed any of the rolls.
Well, no, you weren't in
Uh,
the silence, but you were still in the area with us.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Question. So that question I asked, that purple, would I recognize it from those anti-magic crystals?
Yeah, you've also seen it in your dreams.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So my character is gonna scream anti-magic field, trying to
Smart.
get someone's attention and point
I
to
would
the
like
purple.
you to roll a performance check.
Okay.
I'll say because of the urgency, it would be an advantage, but because of the crowd, it would be a disadvantage. So it's a flat roll.
Okay.
That's why I want to try to get
flat
Fezzik's
roll.
attention to see if he can cast thaumaturgy of some kind to like
Yeah.
get the volume up.
Is this? Do I feel like this is a danger to the crowd?
Potentially.
We don't fucking know yet, but it could be.
Okay, hold on,
Yeah.
Connor.
Yeah, what you
That's
roll?
what I'm
You want me
wondering.
to send you a picture? Because I just
Yeah.
rolled a nat 20. Hold
No.
on,
Oh,
let me send you
yeah.
a picture. Let me send you a picture.
Oh, never mind. Didn't need the advantage.
I need to zoom in. Let my camera do the thing. Dadgummit, my phone is not cooperating.
He's having a real hard time placing the die when you side up.
Would you shush? You shush? How dare you? So rude. I'm posting it in the text thing so everyone can see it.
Hey, I'm the one that rolled
rude.
4 natural 20s in a row, so. And Trev still doesn't believe me.
Never will.
It happened.
Dude, you shot me, dude.
So I sent you that in the text
I didn't
message.
shoot
Everyone
you.
can see
When did I
the
shoot
20
you?
that 20 I just
Daisy.
rolled. So my
Sweet.
total will be 21.
Oh, I didn't shoot
21.
you.
Yeah, with a nat 20, it's a nat
You're still
20.
on that,
It's
you
the
fuck.
above all be all. Gravy, you stand up and you use the bell at the end of your staff, and it rings out loud and pure. And just for a moment, you are able to capture the attention of a huge number of people on the inside of this Coliseum. And very quickly, the feeling spreads. And after a few short seconds, all that can be heard is Gravy's bell and anti-magic zone. Right after this, the dome shatters.
God damn it, all the hell.
Dude, this feels
Hey.
like
With a brilliant scar of purple magenta light that cruises down through the beautiful clear dome,
I'll miss your
it
mom, Fezzik.
shatters it into hundreds of millions of sharp, anything from sharp glass-like shards to huge iceberg-like stones that rain down on the Colosseum.
Oh my god.
I'm going to make some
Bit of a
checks.
design flaw.
Okay.
Just a wee bit of a design flaw.
that whole interaction felt like the season 6 finale of Game of Thrones. Everybody in the
Big props, big props.
I'm gonna miss your mom, Fezzik.
Oh,
She'll make it.
Your mom succeeded. She got an 18.
I was like, we're not pulling a Disney
Damn
here.
it.
Yeah,
I
he's
was
still
kidding.
alive.
Goddamn, Trev.
Well, I'm just saying,
What?
like in the sorry.
The Storm Giant does not succeed.
Bro just dies.
He is shocked, no pun intended, about the lack
Womp
of
womp.
power that he suddenly has. And in his kind of confused stupor, your mom kind of body checks him out of the way of this huge piece of brilliant crystal that falls and smashes into the Colosseum floor. I need all of you guys to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I can't see
that-
this, so I have
That
advantage,
thing I'm
right?
terrible with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, all of you can see it. Because it's your home, I'll give you advantage.
Well, it's I have the danger sense, and it's just
Oh, yeah,
dex
that's right.
against and so I like to make sure that that goes with it.
That's a
And-
12.
good.
I got a 12 plus 3, so mine's at least a 15.
Okay.
I got a
Please
19.
don't let it be a
There's-
higher DC than that.
I don't have any modifiers, so it's just a flat 12.
I got a +1.
+1. What was your full roll?
Mine was a 19 total.
19. And you, Kintar?
13.
Ooh.
13.
I have a
And
leap.
yours was 12.
Yep.
So
oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
DC was 13.
Oh, thank
Is that
God.
good or bad for me?
You succeeded. You met. It's met and succeed.
I'm saying.
Poor Gravy.
She stands up, the dome shatters, and she face plants.
You are knocked prone and pinned. You all turn to see Gravy kind of flattened onto the ground. She has one of her legs trapped under under the huge clear stone. Seeing through the stone, I have to roll some non-lethal damage here.
Oh,
Better run,
fudge.
can't save her. You will be missed. I'm kidding.
Literally
I'm kidding.
saved your asses.
God
Don't
damn.
I'm kidding.
care. You abandon the healer. Watch you not get healed next time you need it.
I got cure wounds.
Look, she looks dead. Let's just leave.
Wow.
Oh, I'm
No, that is
sorry.
not at
I
all what we
couldn't-
do.
I
They're
could not
assholes.
say it. I could not say it. I'm sorry. I had to.
Okay.
Surrounded by
Okay.
assholes.
Okay.
We're the graveyard shits for a reason, okay?
Graveyard
I know.
champs.
So because it hit your leg, it's non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Cut it off.
But because it came from 40 feet up, that's 4d6 worth of non-lethal damage.
That's a lot.
Can you grow a leg back?
That's what you're
I'm
asking
not
while she's
strong enough
pinned.
level for that.
Prosthetic
Do that. We'll
technology.
carry you around till you get to a high enough level and can fix your own leg.
Or you find a higher enough level cleric.
Yeah.
It's 14 crushing damage.
Woof. Okay.
Rushing damage?
Yeah,
Crushing
bludgeoning.
damage. Bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't
Okay.
feel good.
Yeah, as soon
can
as I see this
I
happen, I don't know if you
immediately
have
go to-
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say all around you is pure chaos. The places where there aren't huge shards of crystal falling, it
Did
doesn't
Fezzik's
take.
dad make that save?
Yes, he did.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, he
He's a smart,
dips out.
smart feller.
I just wanted to see.
I will actually say you turn and Fezzik's dad is nowhere to be seen.
What the fuck?
You can't see him.
What a jerk!
So what?
Actually, Fezzik, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
He's just on the field running towards his mom. Uppies,
Eh.
uppies.
13.
13. As you're kind of like darting around and looking all over the place, you see your dad climbing the Colosseum wall, and then he puts his feet kind of closer to the middle of his body and kicks off. When he pulls his arms and legs out away from his body, you see this webbing that kind of connects from his wrists to the middle of his body, and he soars down to where your mom is.
Rose got a wingsuit, okay.
And kind of kicks out from underneath him and skids to a halt.
Excuse me, sir. Where can I get one of those?
Make
You
it
know,
from the
it's
will
glider
person.
suit. But everybody in the building is kind of rocked with fear. Some are trying to help those on the battlefield. You'll see people kind of rush past. But most are trying to flee in this moment because
Is Gravy
This
still
wasn't thought
pinned like you said?
Yes.
Okay,
And that's where
yeah, I
want
want to
the
yell at
hunch.
Fezzik to like pick up the stone, and I'm gonna pull her out from under.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, was there didn't she get a giant mutton, like, leg?
yeah,
Is there a giant bone with that?
Jesus
there
Christ.
is.
I tell him,
Leverage.
grab the bone, hold it, I'm going to try to pick it up, and I want to try to lift up the stone, try off Gravy, and see if we can get her
With
out.
a
Make a
fulcrum, one
strength
can
check
move
with
mountains.
advantage because of ingenuity.
Clever boy.
Oh, yeah, nice. Strength check, you said? Or strength saving
Yeah,
throw
we-
or strength check? Okay.
Strength check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Hell yeah. Like it's something you've
Yeah,
done
dude.
before to help out like a fallen critter or something like that. You jam the bone underneath one of the cracked parts of the stone that makes up these Colosseum seats. And you pry the crystal, which is way heavier than you expected it to be, off of Gravy. It strains your entire body to get this stone to even lift an inch. But after you get it lifted a significant amount, Gravy, you are able to pull your leg out. As you do so, that leg is fucked up.
Nice.
All
I mean-
right.
Yeah, and the regenerate spell's a 7th level spell I can't cast yet.
It is some hefty magic, and you have a broken leg.
Can I like fireman carry her?
Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of pick her up and throw her over your shoulder. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw because this much pain for any normal person would make them pass out.
Okay.
I get you're not a normal person, but this is rough, and you're being kind of tossed around in a haphazard manner.
21.
Can
21,
I?
You are awake. You are
Okay, I was
suffering,
about to say-
but you are awake.
Can I for her since I fucking got one? We'll see how much it does, but I want to. Well, no, we'll wait. I'm just gonna fucking focus on getting us out of here.
As he's like lifting her up
Sprinting
and
for the
fireman
exit.
carrying her. Or no, yeah, I won't fuck with it. I just want to look and find the nearest exit. And
Yeah,
start
let's focus
making
on
our
getting out
ways
of here
towards
first. We
that.
can heal her after.
Yeah.
It would have been the one that you guys came through or went through to go to get concessions and stuff like that. And you guys collect your party and you get the fucking hell out of there.
Well, hold
wanna-
up. I don't do that. I don't do that just yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to do something as well. I'll wait.
So the everything that fell down, that was like the lens of like the building,
it was
pretty
the
much.
big glass crystal lens that sits above.
On the way out, if there's like a pocket sized piece that like I'm running past, I would like to like I'm looking for that while on the way out.
Yeah.
I want to pick it up if I see one.
Easy enough. You find a pocket-sized piece that has like a flat edge and a round edge, and it's kind of a a hefty chunk of this crystalline structure. Put it in your pocket, and go ahead.
Yeah. As we're leaving, I just want to get to like the front door or like the exit itself and kind of usher everyone through. And I just want to look back and see if I can see mom and dad down below.
Yeah. As you're looking down, make a perception check for me.
Man, fuck you, Kenny. Your dice suck. They're in jail forever. I got a 3 with my +2. That was awful.
So your mom rolled a natural 20.
Because they're my dice, bitch.
Your dad rolled a 17, and the storm giant rolled a 5.
Nice.
As you look down there, your mom kind of beckons the storm giant to come along with them, and your dad is already like
Hauling.
running as hard as he can. This wingsuit is making it a little difficult because he's getting a bit more drag than he normally would, and so every once in a while he'll like jump and coast for a little bit, like Link in his paraglider. But he'll like jump off of big fallen stones and get some more air to kind of be quicker about it. But he's an acrobatic guy for as old as he is.
If I was gonna say, if you guys had a good visual, if you remember the Earth King from Last Avatar, when he's ripped, that's what he looks like.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
What a fucking pull.
Yeah. It's sick.
When your mom tries to beckon forward the thunder giant, you see one last shard that's fairly the size that he is kind of fall down, and before anybody can say anything, he is bisected down the middle by this shard of glass, and it narrowly misses your mother, and she's like, "Oh, what do I do?"
Looks like she
kind
won.
of frozen there.
I just kind of look
as-
as I see that happen. I just kind of brimstick help us all, and I just kind of take off out towards them to follow him.
Okay.
I'm assuming heading back
Uh,
towards the parents' house. I'm imagining.
Yeah. As you guys are running along, your dad catches up with you, and following not too far behind, your mom, you see kind of like comes out of the air, Hulk jump style, and like and keeps pace with you guys. And it's like, what's going on? Yeah, she's kind of like running alongside you guys.
Oh, was she
Oh,
asking that? Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
As we're running, I don't know. Gravy yelled out something anti-magic, and we saw that purple field. up in the air. The field broke. I don't know what happened.
It destroyed whatever that crystalline structure was on your lens.
She says, "Yeah, you don't say."
Yeah, that's for sure.
And she looks back, and you see the look on her face just gets grimmer and grimmer as she looks back.
Dude, when we look back, what is up in the sky?
There's this huge, twisting purple storm over the top of the Colosseum. Underneath the Colosseum, or not underneath the Colosseum, on the roof of the Colosseum, under the storm, you see a shape, a familiar shape.
That's that old fucker.
It is Elephant Guy.
Oh, son of a fucking bitch.
Standing on the top of the building, looking down through the now empty hole in the Colosseum, and next to him, you think for a second, stands this much, much taller individual with long red hair and blue skin, with a single horn that comes up off the top of his head, standing at his side, but a flash of lightning gets rid of him.
What the fuck?
As you guys
Yeah,
run down
we're
the
just
street.
we're fucking running for our goddamn lives. What else
I
can
mean,
we do?
we're safe now, aren't we? We're out of the
Man,
Coliseum.
We don't know what's about to happen.
I
That
might
thing
be
could
seeing
like
shit. I'm
fucking
in so
cousin
much
Nuke
pain,
for all we know,
so-
bro.
Yeah, Gravy's
As
just
you guys are
bouncing
running
on
down the
fucking
street,
his
fucking run
shoulders.
for my life.
I need Kintar to make a dexterity saving throw, and I need Fezzik to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, shit.
What did it was? So the elephant dude was just standing on the top of the building.
Nice.
Menacingly.
Okay, so
Yeah,
mine was a 5, and like that's a natural 1, which is what I rolled. So I don't
it was a
know if
one
that
plus
matters.
four.
A nat
Yeah.
1.
Yeah,
Natural
plus
one
4.
will always
I-
fail.
Yeah, I rolled a 18 plus 1, so I'm good.
Okay.
I'm gonna miss you, Kintar.
You, Fezzik, duck
I'm
out of
sorry,
the way of a strike of lightning that hits the ground with successive force, and leaves behind a sharp, brilliant purple crystal
Motherfucker, yeah.
that leaves the entire surrounding area quiet.
Silence, no.
You, Kintar,
You become a crystal statue, bro.
are wicked lucky. Half of your body is hit by this lightning bolt, and you take 5 points of damage.
Why was that very lucky?
Because
Because it could have been a lot more. Your brain is jolted away from you for a moment. You feel as though you are put somewhere else, entirely by the amount of energy that rushes through your body in a fraction of a second. As you come away from the searing pain in your head, you grab your arm and notice that through your jacket, you are feeling these crystalline structures break off of your skin. And when you pull them out of your jacket, they're purple and covered in blood.
Ew.
It's like, is my skin still okay, or like?
You peel back your arm, and there are purple crystals growing out of your arm, but they seem to grow out and then fall off. It's almost like there's something in your body rejecting the crystal as it's growing on your body.
Fighting back. Got that dog in him. He's
Takes you
got
about-
that dog in him. Sorry.
You guys rush down the street again. I'll say you're able to continue going, but fuck, you are hurting from that jolt.
I would just be scratching away at any crystals I see coming out
Yeah,
of my skin.
After a
like-
while, they stop growing back, and you're able to just kind of like brush them away from your arm, and they stop. They don't seem to have any.
I want to keep one of those crystals too, though.
Okay. You guys are running down the street, and you kind of see giants running into their houses and closing and locking their doors and making sure that they can try to get their families safe. you see in the sky, Fezzik, wings. Big, slimy wings. A few of the lingering hatchlings, or lingering pupae, I guess I will say, come out of their shells and are trying to leave. Um,
Oh, is this
the
like the
rest of you
snail
get this.
thingies that went through metamorphosis to like turn into kind of
Yes.
moths?
Mhm.
Okay.
They kind of fly off and seem to escape. You get within 20, 30 feet of your family home, and another strike of lightning hits the ground, kind of in the front, near the front door. Um, but instead of leaving behind a crystalline structure, it leaves behind this clump of black, writhing. It almost looks like stars in this void of just undulating horror. Uh, as you guys get closer, you can see it starting to pull itself away from itself, like it's dismantling whatever structure is laying here. And as it does so, you hear, in horror movies, when somebody's walking down a hallway and shit's about to get real jump scary.
I will be right back. I'm sorry, my dog is like going after me.
No, you're good.
Good.
The pizzicato violins that like.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, you hear that in the air audibly, as well as these deep, droning tones that hit you in the stomach wrong. As it kind of sloths over, you see one big, long arm hit the ground, the thumping splash that causes crystals to kind of shudder out of the ground where it hit the ground. I will post a picture of what these look like here in a
You
moment.
don't have to. It's okay.
You said that was a giant's arm that landed on the ground?
No, it was.
Okay.
It came out of the black mass. It was this long, elongated arm.
Okay.
That kind of shoots out of the mass proper and slams down onto the ground, and it's kind of pulling itself up. The first thing to emerge is this almost child-sized creature with long ears and a beak and very wide white eyes that kind of glow. You do see music notes that are jaggedly like strapped to their bodies, almost like tattoos that also glow. And these creatures are making that creepy violin sound. They kind of come out of the orb and shuffle away to kind of like Doppler these sounds off into the distance. You can see one kind of rushes up and rattles on the door and just seeps through the wood. You hear screams and clatter, and the door gets kicked off its hinges as that creature kind of like growls and runs away from the doorway and meets back up with the main orb. There are two of those, and one of these larger creatures, the big slamming arm kind of peels itself away from the rest of the orb to create this hunchbacked but very tall and thin, like emaciated creature with arms that reach down to the ground and claws that look pre-bloodied. You have never seen these creatures before, and it doesn't look like anybody else has either. These things feel wrong, an affront to nature.
Reminded me of some horses.
I was gonna ask as well. We're next to, is it the orb or like the black goo that these are emerging from?
It's like a melting jelly candy of nasty grossness.
If we're close enough and if I'm
favorite.
able to, I just want to like touch it.
Touch the goo?
Yes.
That's where the creatures were coming out of.
Gotcha.
You want to touch
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
this? Okay.
Yeah.
You reach forward, and
What is wrong
it
with
does
you?
that
It sucks him in.
like
Seriously.
ferrofluid.
Yeah.
It reaches out in these thin, pointy tendrils that when they touch your hand, it's ice cold. As you do so, I mean, you'll have to be close enough and within range of these creatures. All of them whip their heads around to you, and at this point, I think I'm going
Push
to
you
need
in.
to ask you guys to roll initiative.
You fucking dumb
Yeah,
shit.
So,
that's what I figured.
is there a picture of these guys, or are you saying that later?
I'm going to do that now.
Okay.
Dope.
So it
Ooh,
just looks like
wow.
some freaking bendy ink machine dude.
Best
just
roll I've
rolled
had
up.
tonight.
Oh yeah,
Kinda.
I don't have advantage
Okay.
yet on initiative.
I got a
can't wait.
20 on my initiative.
Well, I can't
Hey,
really
same.
move. I can't really
Roll the-
move.
Rolly, see who goes
so,
first.
Well, I
but
got a
guess I'll
21.
cast stuff.
Fuck you.
Sorry. Go ahead,
No, you're good.
Gravy.
Yeah, you can't move, but you can still cast stuff.
I got 16 on my initiative.
Okay. I just sent an image to the group chats to show you guys what these look like.
Oh god.
Ah. I've seen these little fuckers before.
So, question,
like
because I have
physic,
my
Austin.
my leg maimed or whatever and
Oh.
stuff right now.
Uh-huh.
And he's carrying me. If he was to put, do we technically share the same initiative order?
Ooh, that's a
No, you
dangerous
just-
thought.
Just share my movement right now.
I
Wherever I
don't
go,
want to
you go.
get.
He can't fight because he's holding me.
Well, I was gonna say
So-
the technicality of it is that if you're
I
carrying
got
someone,
an idea.
you have half movement speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my thought is he can't fight if he's holding me. So my character would look at him and tell him to put me down.
Oh yeah, no, I got a plan.
Downsies.
Okay.
Cause like, sure my legs
Uh,
made, but I can fucking army crawl.
So are you guys, what are you guys doing?
put
Do you
me
want my
the fuck
initiative
down.
roll?
Give me just a second
Okay,
before I can get
props.
to the combat stuffs.
I'm arguing with him about whether to put me down or not.
I mean, I was gonna place you down. I just have a
I
plan.
mean, is that gonna
Okay.
happen on your turn?
I assume because I'm
Just-
carrying her.
Okay.
Just drop her out. It's like when you're playing what is that freaking?
I run up and
Okay.
throw her into the goo.
It's like when you're in the water and you both have each other on each other's shoulders, and then the
All
top
should do
people
get
fight.
help.
yeah,
Oh, chicken?
hey, Gravy, we're gonna try and get help, okay?
Oh, God.
Look,
All right.
all I'm saying is you throw
it's
me
gonna
at
go.
those goop guys, and you guys may find out something really bad real quick.
Dude,
all
I can't
know
wait.
is get help
ahead.
is probably the best plan we have right now.
I can't wait until I can throw you guys.
I can win. Oh, dude, I'll turn into werewolf and then
And
we
I
do the
fucking
pass
eat
ball
your
special.
ass. Yes, sir. The thing is,
Yeah, you mean you're literally just gonna be Hulk and Wolverine?